Hey, Aaron. John Eads with Orange Fizz. Obviously, a new offensive line coach this year, Mike Schmidt, coming from San Diego State. How's he been so far? What have you learned from him?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Schmidt's been great. He's made a couple tweaks and stuff technique-wise and scheme-wise, but I think the biggest thing that he's really brought to our offense and to our offensive line is a shift in mentality. We really want to get after guys, get off the ball, and really attack people. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
Aaron, if you like, you can push that microphone up just a little bit. You've been the tallest person at the podium so far, so congratulations. Back to the front row here.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Aaron, keeping with that line, we've seen a lot of shifting. You've played multiple roles on the line. Do you feel that in 2021 we're starting to firm up where certain guys are going to be? How would you describe kind of the makeup of this offensive line as we try to bounce back from these last couple seasons?
Yeah, I would say we're definitely starting to firm up people's roles. I mean, we've got the entire line from last year coming back. So being able to know what we're doing, have that extra year of chemistry, I think it's been really good for us up front. I feel good about how the spring that we had. I thought a lot of guys developed a lot, and I'm really excited to see how that development continues during camp and going into the season.
Aaron, from the podium here, tell us what it takes to make the change from center to left tackle and even to right tackle. You've seen time at all three, and to the average fan, they would say, well, maybe it doesn't take a whole lot of transition.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing for me is, being at center and starting there. I kind of need to know what everyone is doing at all times so I can make the right calls up front. So by the time that I had moved out to tackle, I kind of knew what the assignments were. I'd played tackle in the past. I had played tackle when I first got here. That's the position I originally came in at. So it's not like I was a stranger to any of that stuff.
Thank you. Back to Dan.
Aaron, what I asked Josh is why come back? For you, 1 in 10, you've spent a lot of time at Syracuse. You've seen a lot of different things on the line. Why did you feel like you needed to come back and put this on your shoulders a little bit?
Yeah, so in making that decision, I think it really came down to 3 things for me. One, there was a lot of uncertainty of what that draft process would look like this past year, when it came down to whether it would be senior games or if there would even be a combine, things like that. So that certainly played a role. 2, I was this close to finishing my master's, so to be able to come back and finish that up is really huge. And then lastly, I know Josh talked about it a lot. That season last year really left a bad taste in our mouths, especially us being seniors. We're the leaders of the team, and we really put a lot of that weight of the season on our shoulders. So that's certainly not the way that we wanted to, leave our legacy, the 2020 legacy. So, yeah, we definitely wanted to come back and right some wrongs.
Let's do this, Aaron. Before we go back to our left side, let's go here to our right here in the second row.
Joe Bombo, Sports Map Radio. I'd like to speak about your backup quarterback as of now, Garrett Schrader. Tough guy. We all know about his ability to run the ball. As a lineman, especially being experienced as y'all are, how comforting is that to have a guy potentially like that could come into the huddle and take advantage of his offense?
Yeah, I mean, Garrett's definitely a talented guy. He's actually my roommate right now, so I've gotten to spend a lot of time with him. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter who's behind us. Up front, if we can't keep them standing upright, it doesn't really matter how talented they are. So there's definitely a lot of talent in that room. It's good to see those guys competing, but we got to do our job up front so those guys can really shine.
Now let's go back up the center to the left there.
Hey, Aaron, Matt Bonaparte, Orange Fizz. I feel like the Syracuse crowd hasn't gotten a great representation of how good Florida transfer Chris Bleich is. Can you shed any light on that? What do you expect from him in 2021?
Yeah, I think he's developed a lot since he got here. It's been great to see him, going through practices and getting in those team periods and practice and all that. He's a really talented guy. He's a big, strong dude. So yeah, I'm excited to see how his development continues.
Aaron, last question from here at the podium. Offensive lineman, you don't really gather any stats. You don't really hear your name over the PA system. Why do you like being a lineman so much?
I think that's part of the thing I do like about it. You know, I embrace the pressure a little bit. The only real stats that you do have are all the bad stats, right? But, you know, I love the position. I love how gritty it is. You know, we are hitting someone every single play. And I love that, and I embrace that. It takes a lot of you know, physical ability. It takes a lot of a mental ability, and you know, I just really embrace the challenge every single play.
Thank you very much, Airon. We appreciate it. Syracuse, good luck this year.
Thank you very much.